What do you want me to do, Caroline? The coin is almost depleted.
Rosalia wanted to cover her ears to shut out another of her parents' heated arguments outside her bedchamber.
"We shall keep cook, and Rosalia will need to attend us," spat her mother, her voice ruthless. "I am through with idle chatter, Ronald. You need to offer her hand. It is the only way to fill our purse. Be a man for once in your miserable life. There is no other choice."
Her father sighed with exasperation.
Caroline, you cannot fail to notice she is a score and one, and the truth that she has nae dowry isn't too promising for prospective suitors. As you know, the only prospect from court is Lord Donald, and he is most unpleasant.
"He is not unpleasant, and you had best not treat him that way when he arrives on the morrow. Let me ask you, Ronald, have you given thought to how you will provide for me when the coin is depleted? No, of course not. When Lord Donald comes to Mangerton, you shall be opening another means to fill our purse. After all, it is your responsibility to see the coffers filled, is it not?"
Her voice was laced with sarcasm.
"We do not have to battle on this, Ronald. Offer her hand, and you will see all of our worries gone. Furthermore," she huffed, "after everything I do for you, this is the least you could do for me."
Rosalia could not move. That was the true reason why they had taken her to court. Rosalia was perfectly aware that marriages were arranged for coin, land, or title, but that was not the life she sought. Was it too much to ask for a husband who loved her and wanted her, who would make her feel like the only place she belonged was by his side? She was mindful of the fact that it was past time she wed, but how cruel to have a man as unsavoury as Lord Donald selected as her mate. The last thing she wanted was to be caught in a loveless marriage, the same fate as her mother and father. Although her sire had been born and raised in the Highlands, her mother was from England and refused to make the journey to the barbaric north. Rosalia had always been told that her father had given up everything upon his marriage to her mother, agreeing to reside at their estate at Liddesdale so her mother could cross the border to her beloved England. And Liddesdale was the northernmost part of Scotland her mother was willing to go. Rosalia's Shanavar, her father's mother, still had her home in Glengarry, but Rosalia was never permitted to travel there. She had given up on asking the reason why long ago. As a result, her parents were all the family she knew. Reluctantly, Rosalia proceeded to the great hall where her mother and father were already seated for the midday meal. Wiping her sweaty palms on her day dress, she walked to the table and slid out the heavy wooden bench, attempting to take her seat unnoticed. To her dismay, she failed. Her mother cleared her throat, raised her cheek, and waited. Having no choice, Rosalia grudgingly rose and kissed her mother's uplifted cheek. Nodding her head in approval, her mother gestured for Rosalia to take her seat for the second time.
"Rosalia, eat, but not too much. Your clothing is getting tighter around your midriff again. Finish your meal, and then we wish to have speech with you."
"Aye, mother." She had barely finished her meal when her trencher was yanked away.
"That is enough. We have something to discuss with you."
Pausing, her mother took a sip of wine.
"I want everything prepared and in order for Lord Donald's arrival. I will be inspecting."
Rosalia stole a glance at her father. Clenching her jaw, she struggled to rein in her temper. Unfortunately, that did not assist her in holding her tongue.
"Mother, if ye and Da are thinking of offering me hand, dinna ye wish to ask my thoughts?"
Her mother rose in one fluid motion and hauled Rosalia from the bench. The fury that shot from her eyes was all too familiar, and Rosalia felt the sting of the slap before her words were finished. She lifted her hands to protect herself, but it was pointless. Forceful hands continued to strike her.
"You ungrateful child! Your father and I have provided